I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
Oh, man, what up, y'all? I'm grinding my teeth right now. Yeah, welcome to the New World Podcast, man. We're talking about Raw, January 5th, 2026. Cole and Graves on commentary in Brooklyn, New York, with this Stranger Things crossover, if you can even call it that. I love the stage. I love, them. I love the intro with the upside down, and I was just like, okay, we're going to cook. That's how the show starts. I'm like, oh man, that camera, dude, turning all the way upside down. I was like, oh, they showed the van, they got us hyped. They're like, all right, we're going to get into this show. Stranger Things, baby. We're in Brooklyn, New York. It's in the upside down. Music playing. I was expecting some people from the cast. Fuck it. Even the guy that got the Duffel Brothers coffee. Somebody. Oh, my God. I was waiting for something in this show. And we start the show off. Before we just get going. Eminem, is now the official theme. Eminem and Juice WRLD. Godzilla, official theme song of Raw. So bye-bye Travis Scott. Bye-bye. And I'm okay with that. Not a big Travis Scott guy anyway. Next week, they are in Dusseldorf, Germany. So special start time at 11 a.m. here in the Pacific time if you live this way. Javon Evans is now officially on Raw. I wish I saw that. I get the, even though we pay the whatever top tier, I still get commercials. And during the commercial break, they decide to be like, Javon Evans is now a part of Raw. I was like, because I was going through the Twitter. Oh, my God, it's so frustrating. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Big moment for Javon. Why couldn't it be on the main TV? You stretched this show out so much. Like it was a pay-per-view. You told me that this show is the 1-year anniversary show. It's the big show of the year when Netflix, acquired WWE Raw. You had The Rock there. All this other stuff, happening. And all of my sources were saying this was supposed to be huge. Legends. Possibly Chris Jericho, this and that. The cast is all going to be there from Stranger Things. This and that, but no. It was just, it wasn't really a crossover. It was just a show with a theme. And yeah, I appreciate the Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, the little titles there. But damn, the best thing of this match was the main event. Well, I take that back. We opened it up with a banger. That was almost my match of the night. The Tag Team Championship match. Rio versus Kabuki Warriors. Oh, great. Great match here, man. A lot of fun. I knew, though, just the way things were going, I was like, Rio is taking that championship, both those tag team titles off the Kabuki Warriors. I knew that was going to happen. I just felt it, but man, this was a fun tag team match. And what's funny is I just felt like the ball got dropped on a lot of stuff because even the ref after Rio got the win, the ref was talking in her ear and they're like, hold on, we got to get you in position so we can get fireworks. But new tag team champions, and I was like, all right, man, we started to show off with the banger of a match like that. What else does this show have in store for us? 1-year anniversary of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. We get backstage. Adams with Rhea and Io. And then Gunther, he's walking, and Adam tells him, hey, I know you can go out there. I know you can be Gunther. I know you like to disrespect everybody, blah, blah, blah. I know you don't mind it. But this time around, please go out, say what you need to say with your heart, but be a little bit respectful, okay? We knew AJ Styles was going to interrupt him, but Gunther goes out, and AJ comes out afterwards because Gunther's still being an asshole, and he's like, John Cena tapped out like a little bitch. So AJ got in his face, slapped him, and was like, what are you going to do, Gunther? What are you going to do? And I was like, yeah, Gunther, what are you going to do? Nothing. I was like, whoa, hey, hold. And AJ says, like, yeah, that's my point. And I was like, all right, Gunther, whoop his ass. No? You're going to let him walk away after he slapped you in the face? Okay. All right, well, that was awkward. He says, what does the 5 finger say to the face? A slap. I don't know. I expected Gunther to do something. Then we go backstage with Adam again. He's with Ivy Niles. She's just like, I don't care who wins tonight. I don't want to go to the back of the line. And Adam's like, okay, I will figure this out. And then here comes Gunther. He's like, Then AJ comes. He's like, oh, you gonna complain to the boss, huh? What are you gonna do about it, you little bitch? And I was like, all right, Gunther, whoop his ass. Get a fight. Punch each other. Do something. No? Sets up a match between Gunther and AJ for next week. I was like, all right. Why didn't Gunther do anything? I was just like, he slapped you. You let him get away with that. 2, you let the man call you a little bitch. And that's it. That's all. That's all, folks. I was like, all right, whatever. Intercontinental Championship match up next. I was looking forward to this. Becky Lynch versus Maxine. I was like, all right, Maxine's got to retain this title. She still has a lot to prove. They've been really pushing the whole Natalia's, training her. I was waiting for AJ Lee or maybe Natalya to come back tonight. I was expecting something huge. Not a shitty fucking finish to this match. Holy hell, I hated the finish to this match, man. And the fact that Becky Lynch won the Intercontinental Championship back, I was like, oh, okay. And the finish was just weird. If Maxine was holding that ankle lock and just like revving it, and actually just like facial expression and is just screaming and holding Becky's ankle and just like, doesn't realize her shoulders are down when Becky moves up, bends back to get this 1, 2, 3 finish with holding the rope as well. If Maxine was selling it like, so into trying to break Becky's leg and not realizing her shoulders are down, I could have believed the finish a little bit more. But the fact that when it happened, Maxine looks to the side and sees the ref counting and lets it happen. I'm like, oh, okay. You see the ref counting and you do nothing about it. And Becky's champ again. I don't know what this does for Maxine. Are we going to get another match? Royal Rumble, January 31st? Who knows? It's just, but we got an Oba Femi package. This man is main roster bound. We got New Year's Evil. I still don't know who is he facing. Is he facing somebody for that championship? Well, Oba Femi is main roster bound. I'm very excited about that. Then we have the Usos. I don't even know what this was. They didn't even muster up. First, they show Stephanie in a boot. Says she's up next. Usos come out. I'm like, oh. They didn't even have the audacity to come all the way down to the ring. They didn't. You're up there. Tag team division. You're on notice. Bop, bop. Yeet. Run it back. All right, y'all. We're out. I was like, oh. They show love to AJ and Dragon. I was like, okay. You're not going to make it to the ring? And then I wonder if there was like some weird delay, because then we just cut to Jackie standing in the ring, introducing Stephanie Van Cure, comes out. I was like, oh, she's dropping the title? No, and she gets on the mic and she's like, hey, blah, 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 I'm the champion. I'm not going to let this hurt me. I'm not going to let this injury hurt me, blah, 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 from that match I had, blah, 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 blah. And, her music hits. Then Raquel comes. I'm like, oh, so she is hurt. We're just going to write her off TV. Okay. And, I thought she was going to hit her with a chair, but whatnot. I was like, oh, okay, just stomping on the leg, blah, blah, blah. But here comes Adam and everybody saving Stephanie. I was like, okay. Then we go to commercial. We come back. Stephanie's walking. Here comes Raquel again, beating her. I was waiting for them to do something crazy, dramatic, in a big, dramatic way to really write Stephanie off TV, her relinquishing that title. But she just attacked her. And then Adam's like, if you touch her again, I will find you till you have nothing. I was like, all right. Okay. So is she being written off TV? Is that the case here? Then, I don't know. It's really strange, if you ask me. Then we get Rey Mysterio backstage. He's talking to Dragon Lee. He says, you just need to keep going, man. You can't give up. Then here comes Penta, and Penta's like, I have your back. No matter what. The vision is our problem. Is a problem that we'll take care of. We got this, and I have your back, amigo. And I love that we got two. We got a Bendeja and a Bendejo back to back from Raquel and from Penta. Then we go to Lyra versus Liv Morgan. This match was okay. You got Bayley out there. You have Roxanne out there. My favorite part of this whole match wasn't even the match itself. It was Bayley snapping on Roxanne and chasing Roxanne with a chair, like, ah! And Roxanne going, ah! That was like the best part of the match, but enough for Lyra to get distracted and Liv get the win. I like Liv Morgan, but I don't know. Let's move on. Jackie's with Punk. We're really stretching it here. I think that's the problem with the show tonight. Like, they really stretch some things. Like they do a Saturday Night Main Event. They want this to be a pay-per-view feel because we're stretching out because we only had 4 matches tonight. I think that was the problem. There was so much filler. It was like, okay, Punk talking and boom, boom. And all of a sudden, boom, we're in the main event now. And Punk versus Braun Breaker, and this is my match of the night because this was the best freaking thing here on the show. Even with run-ins and stuff like that, CM Punk wearing a varsity jacket to get under Braun Breaker's skin, Bronson Reed coming out, Logan Theory, Punk punching Paul Heyman. Then here comes Dragon Lee, here comes Penta, here comes Rey Mysterio. You got a crazy-ass freaking bump from Braun Breaker jumping off that top rope into CM Punk. CM Punk lost his damn shoe. It was just one of those things like, hey, this show's not really going anywhere. And Punk's like, hold my non-alcoholic beer. I'll be right back. And he saved the main event, in my opinion. This was a really fun match. I really was like, okay, if they're actually having a match, there's no way Braun Breaker's winning this title. Because if you wanted Braun Breaker to actually win this title, it should have been a squash beyond the squash. The dog let out. Off the leash. But we didn't do that. And I told my brother, he's like, oh, I think Punk's going to lose that title. Jericho's going to come out or something because that's been the big rumor. And I was like, well, the rule of 3 here, yes, tag team titles change hands. Yes, the Intercontinental Championship change hands. Usually that means the 3rd title will not change hands in a certain night. Just kind of how WWE rolls. Punk retains. I was like, all right. Well, that was awesome. That was fun. That was cool. No really Stranger Things. Nobody from the cast. Nobody whatever. They showed this person from something tower show or tallest tower. I don't know. But she had a Stranger Things belt. And they had the Stranger Things shirts, the merchandise and stuff like that. And there wasn't even a Rhea Ripley Stranger Things shirt. I was surprised by that. You know? But yeah, like I said, match of the night, CM Punk versus Braun Breaker. Celebrating, Punk is champ. He takes his shoe off because it came off after he got his ass kicked by Braun Breaker. And yeah, lo and behold, I'm like, all right, where's the big surprise? Executive producer Paul, you tricked me before with that. Next week, copyright. You tricked me with that before too. I'm like, oh, it's over. Oh, okay. Well, that was something. I'm very disappointed with this show. Hopefully, NXT New Year's Evil is better. Thank God I got AEW. You know, MJF is the champ. A lot of stuff going on there. A lot of matches. I'm very excited about that show. But yeah, you let Javon be in the commercial break to tell him that they're coming to Raw. I thought that was stupid. Honestly, this show, Raw, January 5th, 2026, Cole Graves on commentary in Brooklyn, New York. Stranger Things / crossover ? You know, 2 out of 5. Yeah, the first Raw of the new year. And one goes to Rio versus Kabuki Warriors. And the second goes to CM Punk versus Braun Breaker. Moment of the night? Braun taking that crazy jump off the top rope. You know, so, but that's it. That's all, man. Yeah. Highly and very disappointed. Man. Yeah. I was like, I love the stage. I love what we did here, but I don't even know why you even called this Raw Stranger Things, even though the show was over like last week. I don't know. I was very disappointed. Wife was very disappointed. We got the snackages for this show. We hyped ourselves up. And all the rumors I was saying, yeah, don't believe everything on the internet. But man, I was so hyped. And maybe that's the problem. Yeah. We don't even have the New Day on here. Or were they during the commercial breaks as well? You know? Those guys would have nerded this up. We could have got more 80s with it. I don't know. Just now, like and subscribe, share the bone down on Walmart. I'm KM, the Sexy Ninja. I'm out of here, man. And remember though, besides Raw this week being stanky, that the New World Podcast, yes, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Down goes